Howdy, Holeheads. Kurt Money here, alongside my co-host,
Kateline.
Today, on a brand new episode of Murder Mystery Recaps, we are talking about... Oh, wait, first I go. And welcome to a brand new episode of Murder Mystery Recaps. And today, we are talking about the 1989 sci-fi classic, MILLENNIUM. Now, this movie really stretched the limits for what an episode of Murder Mystery Recaps could be, and also might have stretched or tested Kateline's patience. Kateline, what'd you think of MILLENNIUM?
I don't know how it got made. It's very, very slow. I think if you were to take that same story today, you could do a modern version of it that would work, but this was just made too early. You can't tell this story in 1989.
Yeah, like, it's weird. Well, for one, this was chosen by Holthead David. Shout out, David. He knew going in that we were going to roast this baby. It's not like this was nominated for any Saturn Awards.
He picked this for the lulz, I'm sure.
For the lulz. Now, what's funny is the more I watched it and I taken notes, the more I understood the goddamn plot and the more I got what they wanted. But I'm with you, Kate. The first watch, I was just like, what?
I mean,
like, what's happening? What hasn't happened yet?
It's a classic time travel romp. It's just done so poorly.
Yeah, and I like it. It's definitely bad. It has some things working for it. For instance, I'll talk about when a movie is in this genre, like this B-movie level, where I never heard of it until I got into this, and I was buying blues all the time. I cut it some slack in ways because the beauty of a B-movie, they can really surprise you. They can go anywhere, because they're not really always following like proper structure and like storytelling things.
Right.
Like anything is possible. So that kind of kept me on my toes a little bit. So that was fun. But this was directed by Michael Anderson, who directed The Quiller Memorandum in the 60s, which is excellent. A spy thriller that is so good. And also Orca the Killer Whale, a movie that I love dearly and Kate would hate so much that I'm tempted to make her watch it somehow.
No.
What do you think?
I'm not watching that.
Orca the Killer Whale. But here we are. This was released in 1989, in the year of our burbs. 89. Did it.
Good, honey.
All right, so we open up on a plane ride, and God, did this not set the stage for what time it was, Kate? It was 1989 in this plane, and it was cozy as hell.
It was luxurious. Back when economy was what today's first class is.
Yeah, and they were all watching something on a projector screen. Everything has like that blue cloth with a pattern on it, the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And they're enjoying the movie. I couldn't tell what it was, but it was no doubt something already owned by the production company that made this movie. Mm-hmm. They're not throwing out big money to get like, proper shows, because this movie it was written in 79 and went through like 4 directors. Like I did a little behind the scenes digging, and the people behind it have their usual excuses of like, you should have seen it when we first thought of this baby. When we first thought of this, it was good. And then what happened? 10 years in development hell. And I'll go, I don't know. There's an interesting story in here. And like you said, Kate, I'd be interested to see it carried today.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of shows have.
Yeah, let's wait on the main prem, because this definitely has mysteries in it, and there are deaths, or a death. It did not answer, however, my biggest question.
What happened here?
But anyway, opening scene, we're on this plane, we go into the cockpit, they're steering and stuff. Uh-oh, the plane starts to rumble. Now, when I say plane starts to rumble, what does that mean in B-movie terms, Kate? The camera starts to shake a little bit. Right?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, oh no, what's happening? And we could see out the window that there's another friggin' plane, like it's about to land on top of it.
It was so weird. Was the landing gear down?
Yes, that we see wheels. I don't know if our plane that we're on was in the process of landing, but this was the first... I mean, at this point in the movie, I'm on the edge of my seat, because this sounds super dope.
Well,
what the hell is this plane doing? What's that?
I think they're at cruising altitude, 30,000 feet. They're not about to land. So the fact that this plane is coming on top of them, wheels down, is very strange.
And they're freaking out like, what's going on? Quick, go check on the passengers. And what's the state of the passengers back there when the co-pilot hops back?
They're all dead.
They're dead and burned alive, it looks like.
Uh-huh.
And so we're going, what is going on here? Co-pilot goes back to the cockpit, relays that info, and they're like, what the hell? They're already dead. What's happening? And then... here's the problem with this. I think the movie peaks in this scene. I think there was a lot of fun in this opening scene, Kate. Think about it. We go back to what's it called? Like the body of the plane or whatever. And it does like a Tremor style break through down the aisle where the floorboards go. Isn't that cool?
Yes, but the explosions were god awful.
They were good enough.
That is not how a plane explodes, Kurt.
Oh, it isn't? Is that how a plane lands on top of another one? You think, or no?
Kurt, come on.
What? I genuinely enjoyed this. This was like practical effects, exploding stuff. That effect is something that will get me every time. And Tremors is famous for it. The Thing does it really, really good. And I'm in the moment watching this movie going, okay. And shit starts to explode. And you're right, Kate, it's a little wonky. We see some fire explosions. And when they cut to the outside of the plane crash, does it not look like that plane was sitting there already? And then they exploded a bomb underneath it? Like there was no landing of the plane.
Oh, sure.
But the flames explode. And what comes out of the center? Millennium! The title of the movie. Right now, Kate on board. Okay, this is my kind of friggin' movie.
Right now, Kateline is thinking about getting some shut-eye.
Wow, already. And trust me when I say, like, to me, this was the height, I feel. I was really looking for more of this throughout the rest of the film. Now, look, they didn't know this in 1989 or 1979 when it was originally written. Millennium's a terrible title. They probably didn't hear it all the time in the 80s like we did around the millennium and whatnot. I have two alternate titles that I'll save for the end that I think this movie would very much be more in the conversation of like bad movie podcasts or like, oh my God, have you seen this movie? This is not a fun title. You can't go, have you ever seen the movie Millennium? It's like, what the fuck's that about? You mean that TV show?
The TV show? Did they make a movie for the show?
Yeah.
It's a Chris Carter show.
It is. That's what you would say. Did you think when this movie started, ooh, perhaps this would be related to that world?
No. But I did kind of wonder if it was related to Stargate.
Oh, does it have some Stargate vibes? I've only seen the movie Stargate.
They say open the gate.
Really? So they say open the gate. Almost Famous says lock the gates.
Lock the gates!
Who else we got? Hey, there's a movie called The Gate. Have you ever seen The Gate, Kate?
No. What about Enemy at the Gate?
Movie as well. All right, so we see the title. Terrible title, but excellent introduction of the title. K-Mun's on board. Kateline's fighting the Z's. Scene number 2. Airport officials arrive and we meet the hero of our film, Kristofferson. Now, what'd you think? I need to hear all your thoughts on Kris Kristofferson, Kate.
Why was he an actor?
Oh! What? What do you mean? You don't like him?
Just stick to the tunes, man.
Come on.
No.
I like him.
He's awful. He's awful.
He's terrible in this. And for all of the swagger he tries to bring to this opening few scenes, once he meets the lady, he is like a little wimp and stuff. And he really loses some backbone later in the movie where I'm like, dude, really? Really? You're going to do that for what? For why?
Totally.
So what's up? You think he's a terrible actor, huh?
Uh-huh. I sure do.
I forget if he got an Oscar nom, but he was in A Star is Born from the 70s with Babs Streisand.
I want to marry you.
Originally based on the real life love story of Babs Stanny.
I didn't know that.
Yep. With Frank Fay, her piece of shit first husband.
I couldn't care less.
Okay, so first of all, his name is Bill Smith. Okay.
I mean, we're just going to go with that, fellas?
Yeah.
Just the first name you can think of, put it on the page, that's it.
Yeah, this is, so you can really remember the character. But we know he's the boss because he's barking orders. I mean, every time he's walking through, so he gets off one plane to get onto a helicopter to go to the crash site. And the whole way, he's like big dicking around big time, isn't he? Isn't he for real? Like, do this or this or this. Has this been done yet? Do this. Call me when you get the results.
He is.
Eli, go take a look. I want to dump me. I want to hear what you saw.
And I just thought, why are we watching his exact transportation route to this crash site? Do we have to see him go on all of these different vehicles? Can he just be there? Just open up on boots on the ground, close up. He's walking
at the crash site.
The crash site. Pan up. There he is.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Great question there. Now, I love helicopter scene to watch. I've never set foot in one, but boy, do I love them.
Hell no.
They loved him in the 80s, big time. I think because they were cheaper to explode than a plane, I bet.
Probably.
But he's walking around, and I feel like they had all this stuff of him walking from site to site to explain to us what happened. But I would argue that all went right over my head the first watch. And the whole time they're talking, I guess they do answer this kind of. But the whole time I'm going, okay, why did that plane land on top of the other plane? Like, what happened? Why'd two planes run into each other in air? And not even like crossways. Like they were going the same direction.
Right.
And landed.
At 30,000 feet.
Yeah. That to me is the mystery of this movie. It is not to the movie.
No.
They don't give a fuck.
This movie's not about that.
It's not at all. It's crazy. It's crazy. So they go to the crash site, and then we see excellent introduction for our second tier guy. This is Dr. Mayer, but we don't know he's a doctor yet. By first sight, he's a creep because he's a crash site, and what's he grab first, Kate? A high heel. It only puts it down because there was a little blood in there.
He's a shoe guy.
Oh my God, is he ever? So he sees the blood and he's like, oh, I don't want this one. Never mind. And we go back to Bill Smith. Dr. Mayer rolls up to him. He's a physics professor. I kind of loved this guy's attitude this whole movie. He was just kind of like, I'm in the movie. Say something to me.
Smiling. Just real smiley.
What's your interest here?
You want me to leave?
So he was in, I figured he was with Lieutenant or something on Hill Street Blues. I'm not familiar with his work.
I gotta be honest, Kurt. I wasn't familiar with anybody's work.
Wow. You know, there was a number of Star Trek and X-Files veterans in this movie.
I couldn't point them out.
Well, when I say veterans, I mean one ep.
That doesn't count. And if it's Star Trek, they're probably in alien makeup, and you would never know.
True.
Good, honey.
They know each other because I guess they're big in the world. This is a big physics professor. And then Bill Smith's like, boy, it's weird he's here. And then Maury Chalkin goes, actually, it's not because he goes to all the crash sites. What? It's kind of weird, right?
Does he get off on it?
He's looking for those heels. He's out there looking, I guess. He likes dead lady heels, I suppose. That's his kink. That's what Dr. Mayer's into.
Also, is he allowed at these sites?
Apparently.
You can just go there?
You want me to leave?
Yeah, I mean, he was at the one in Chicago in 79. Remember that one? This movie does. He was there. He was there looking.
That big one in 79 at O'Hare, he was all over there.
The Maury Chaykin guy, you definitely would recognize, not by name, but he's in a billion things. I just saw him in Curtains.
I mean, if you wait for an offer from Stryker, we'll both starve to death.
And he's also in Iron Eagle 2.
Don't criticize the cuisine before it's served.
We see the coolest helicopter I've ever seen. All black with red, orange, and yellow stripes. Did you see this copter?
No.
It was pretty sweet. But good news, Kate. They found the black box. And you know what that means. The black box is recording the last convo of the cockpit and stuff. Am I right?
It should also be giving them some metrics to maybe show what malfunctioned within the plane.
There's a hangar that they go to that has all the stuff. Soon we're going to go to where they're corralling the dead bodies, which is a high school gym that they've got to be out of in 2 days for a dance.
This is so weird. Why not put them in the place where they're reconstructing the site? Why do we have to have two warehouses?
That's a good question. I wonder if it's because the hangar with all the debris, there can't be a ticking clock on that because he's going to request that they rebuild it piece by piece. So it's going to be longer than 2 days. I wonder if the gym was supposed to be a ticking clock for the story of like, we can only be here 2 days. So they've got semi-formal. They've got a midwinter coming up, dude. We got to be out of here.
You can't store dead bodies in a school. You can't do that.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, well. You should have been there to tell them because there are all sorts of dead bodies in there. Like under the balloons and stuff. It looked kind of funny though, right? Wasn't that kind of fun? Yeah, Kate loves it. Kate loves it. We talked to Jans, who is the flight controller, what's it called? Air traffic controller. And this is where I was again going, wow, the mystery is really deepening of why this plane did this. But to the movie, this is why we should never ask about it again. It's because this guy, he was confused.
He just made a mistake.
Goddamn headache. I was tired.
He just thought the one plane was a different plane. He didn't realize he put both planes on the same path. But again, why is the one wheels down?
Yeah.
And I didn't think you could have them on the same path. Like they would have seen each other if you're at 30,000 feet. It makes no sense.
No, and I was so taken aback by this that I did Google, like, how often do planes run into each other? Apparently, it's more than you would like to know.
It's never like this, though.
It's not a collision midair. It has a lot to do with when they're taking off or landing, obviously, because they all got to land on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense. But this guy is saying, I turned around and it was going east and west. It was the 10, it was the 85. I don't know what happened. So I guess it's human error. He goes back to the debris and he's barking orders. He wants some coffee. He barks orders as one flight attendant. We get the hero shot of the female lead. Turns around to Cam. Cheryl Ladd. She's a total smoke show. She belongs in a B-movie sci-fi classic called Millennium. What do you think? Are you feeling her?
I just think it was an odd choice when we see the character later on. I mean, she looks right at home as the flight attendant. That's all fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see where you're going.
But then later, it's like, so we went with her, huh? Okay.
Yeah. I feel like maybe Meg Foster would have been a better fit there. But this was a part where I was enjoying the B-movie level of it because the way that they lock eyes is so weird. It's like they know each other. Now we're going to find out why Cheryl Ladd is acting like that. Kris Kristofferson doesn't know this girl from anybody.
This is the first time seeing her.
But he acts like, oh my God, it's my long lost love, doesn't he?
Well, I guess we're supposed to be like, she's hot.
Well, yeah, that's true. And you know what? We cannot call her Cheryl Ladd because she has the best name in the movie. Do you remember what her name is?
No.
Now, here's a hint, Kate. She's a flight attendant. Okay? And her name is not because she's a flight attendant. This is her real name in the world of this movie is Louise Baltimore. Baltimore. How about that?
Baltimore.
That's pretty good. I was dying and I was like, that can't be her last name. It is. It absolutely is. And I thought, well, it's because she's undercover right now. Nope. Anyway, so that's excellent. But she runs off and Bill Smith is back to his job. They're listening to the black box tape later. She comes up with those coffees and interrupts it. And boy, Bill Smith was in the zone, wasn't he? He had eyes shut. He was like, this is what they pay me for. And she just came up and said, coffee? What are you thinking here?
I didn't think much about this scene. This to me was nothing. But I mean, it does end up being something.
Some coffee, Mr. Smith?
Damn it, I'm listening.
Still going down.
Shit stops when she enters. And they pause the tape. And it's like, oh, these two, there's something cooking here.
First of
Everybody
all,
knows it.
can't let the flight attendant see any of this top secret investigating. So pause it.
Yeah. Don't let her hear this.
And secondly, why is she getting them coffee? Why is a flight attendant getting them coffee?
I feel like they solved that with the ADR line. Hey, even the flight attendants are getting the coffee. I feel like that was thrown in there to justify, because like, wait, why would she be getting them coffee?
Well, who's paying her right now? She's not on a flight. She's in this hangar with the NTSB guys. This makes no sense.
They finally get her out of there. They wind it back, and this is when they realize that on the tape, they're saying, dudes, they were dead before they hit the ground. So now this is the mystery.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense.
You expect him to make sense at a time like that?
No, not like that.
Oh, wait. Also, this was cool, Kate. I like this. They're going, also, we found this digital watch. What's odd about this? Oh, it's going backwards. Now, the first response is, okay, it's a gag watch. Who cares? Uh-oh. But two other watches are doing the same thing.
They're all going backwards.
This was kind of cool. This was sci-fi-ish. I kind of liked this. We're going, oh, okay. What's up? What do you think?
Sure. But it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. It's tough to tell. It might not. You're right there. But it's press conference time. Everybody cannot wait to ask Bill Smith all the questions. And in the background is Louise Baltimore smoking one of many cigs. And boy, did I enjoy the storyline behind these cigarettes. Did they not confuse the shit out of you? I'll bet I have the answer as to why all this happened, but that's because I read the fucking wiki. I don't know if this was ever described in the movie. What did you think of how often she smokes in this thing?
I don't know that I thought about it. I mean, it's a lot.
But like every time we see her, like she'll be smoking while she's eating. They're smoking after sex and whatever. But anyway, so she's back there smoking. Dr. Mayer comes in again and has a question. And he's like, excuse me, Bill Smith, I have a question. And Bill Smith's like, yeah, I remember you. And this is another great delivery from Dr. Mayer. He goes, thanks.
And he remembers him from like 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah, I'd be like, I remember you. You interrupted me at my last time I was doing my job.
I'm Dr. Arnold Mayer, professor of physics at the university.
I remember you.
Thank you.
So what are you doing right now? And he's like, was there anything weird that you found? Can you tell me about any discrepancies? Any time discrepancies? And we're thinking, well, tell him about the watch, Bill. But Bill,
no,
tight-lipped.
Tight-lipped.
No
he doesn't give him anything. He can't answer any more questions.
Yeah, he's out of there. Do you think Kris Kristofferson's a good-looking dude?
No.
I don't think he's ugly. He has a fun look. I like his look. But they're not doing him any favors in here. He's got like khakis, a dumb sweater, and then like a tan members-only jacket or something that he has on the whole movie. I was like, you're cooler than this, Kris.
But was 1989 cooler than that?
Well, I guess you got me there. There's something about the sweater choice over the tie and stuff. I was like, this is who we're rooting for?
Why wasn't he wearing the NTSB investigation jacket?
Great question. That is who he works for. Are you aware of that place?
The National Transportation Safety Board? Yes.
Yeah. Kate says that like it's what you learn in first grade. when you learn about planes or something.
Duh.
Sorry, I didn't know that's the name of it, dude.
You know I listen to air traffic control for fun.
I didn't, but I know that you love that movie about air traffic controllers. What's the name of it with
Pushing Tin?
That's it. There you go.
I don't really like that movie.
I guess you just love air traffic control stuff. This is new to me, Kate. This is
I love air traffic. I know all the codes.
What?
Yeah, man.
Really?
I'm into it.
So you were probably this whole movie, you're like, none of this is accurate. None of this.
Correct.
Okay, so Bill leaves the airport, and who's this behind him on the escalator but Louise Baltimore? So they start chatting.
Well, we could be stuck here for hours. Maybe we better get acquainted.
This is the most confusing part of the whole movie, right here.
Yeah. Well, luckily we'll see it a few different times. Mm-hmm. But go ahead, Kate. Explain it for us.
So they're on an escalator, and the escalator stops.
Yeah.
And people get off, and she turns to him and says, "We might be stuck here for a while together. Should we get some food?" And I'm like, stuck on the escalator or stuck working this case?
Well, Kay, I think the problem is you're not catching what they're putting down, and that is quick and witty banter. I think this is supposed to be rat-a-tat-tat, like, oh, we'll be stuck here for a while, might as well become acquainted, when we all know that escalators become stairs and whatnot. I think this is supposed to be a cute back and forth.
Yeah, well, the way it's
not working,
blocked and the direction makes it feel like a mistake.
Yeah, that's true. And that again speaks to the B-moviness where I'm like, this is weird and awkward, but again, that could just be this movie. Like, it could be one of many things. So they leave. And it's funny because Bill Smith's big move is like, you want to get some coffee? She cuts him off. Louise Baltimore wants to fuck. She's like, let's get dinner and go party. What do you say? They go outside.
And he's like, okay.
Yeah, he's totally in.
Am I moving too fast for you?
I can move fast, too.
He's smitten. He says, let's take my car. Bill Smith says, oh, what kind do you drive? She goes, what kind?
What kind?
Uh-oh. Something's up with Louise Baltimore, okay? What are you thinking right now? Are you like, is she sent from the future? Is she a bad guy? Like, what are you thinking here?
I didn't think anything of it because I don't think I caught it that first time of her being like weird about the car. But she points off screen and says, there's my car. And then they leave.
Yeah.
And we don't see anything more. We just cut to them.
Post-sex. Post-boots knocking in bed.
Wearing his shirt and they're laying in bed.
And this is when she lights up. And he has, if I were her, I wouldn't be falling for Bill Smith. He's got a lot of opinions about how much I smoke and stuff.
You smoke too much.
That's when she says, okay, I'll quit right now, puts it out. But this I loved, is she was like, oh, that was wonderful. Bill Smith is like, was that good? And she says something along the lines of, I haven't had it like that for 1,000 years.
Was it that good?
You were the best thing in 1,000 years, Bill.
Now this is when I said, oh, movie. Okay. Now I'm on your wavelength. Now I see where we're going with this. She's from the future. I thought she looked good in his shirt, though. I like the look that she's pulling.
I like when he's at the door and she's sitting up in it.
Yeah.
She looked hot.
So he goes to sleep. She starts rifling through his stuff, makes a phone call, cancels his wake-up call. Uh-oh. So what's Louise Baltimore up to? Is she a bad guy? All right. Cut to the next morning. He's like, damn it, I missed the call.
Damn it, they were supposed to call me.
Now proceeds, if I were Bill Smith, about 1 billion red flags. How does this woman that he just had great sex with, how does she act the next morning?
She's hella clingy.
Yeah.
She's like, just quit your job.
Yeah.
Run away with me. And he's like, no, I'm gonna go into work today. It's kind of important. She's like, maybe don't. And just don't do that. And he's like,
she's trying
no. But then for like a second, he's like, well, no.
Yeah, he does kind of consider it. I mean, because being in his shoes, he's like, wow, this was the easiest. He even says like he hasn't had sex for a long time. I think he's just super smitten. So smitten that he's thinking about it. But she's like, you said that this job is killing you. You need it. Like, she's saying things that you don't say to someone unless you've been dating him for a year and a half or something.
She's saying the nagging wife lines.
I forget it's here or later, but she says,
are you listening to me?
I was like, ah, damn, Louise, get out of here.
Girl.
But he says, no, I got to go to work. Exits the hotel room door for not even a second. He thinks on it. Louise goes back in the room. What's up in the room, Kate?
Louise is gone.
Bed's made.
All of her stuff is gone.
Yeah.
The bed is made like they were never even there. I mean, his luggage is there.
Right.
But besides that, and this is the point where I go, okay, now something's going on.
Yeah. There might have been an interdimensional gate in there. So he goes to work and nobody knows Louise Baltimore. He's asking about him. And I can't believe not one person went, you don't think maybe that was a fake name? A flight attendant named Louise Baltimore. Like, maybe she was lying to you, dude.
But did no one else remember seeing her? Because everybody stopped that meeting and looked at her.
Yeah, I mean, there were 2 times where she stopped people talking and everybody looked at her. You're right. Good cue.
I think she likes you, Bill. What'd I do?
Could it be your breath?
So he's thinking he's crazy. It's nighttime. He's back at the garage with the debris because he's a workaholic. Everybody's going home. Mm-hmm. He's there alone going through rummaging through, and he sees this red.
This was weird.
Yeah.
He says, his coworker's like, okay, you can stay, but, I'm locking up. So, you're going to have to buzz to have them let you out. And he's like, okay. So she turns all the lights in the warehouse off on him.
Yeah. That's true.
It's like, wait, you can lock it, but he's in there.
Yeah.
Why are you turning the lights off? And they go off like chung, 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 one after another.
Yeah. It's almost like he reads the script and knows that he needs to see a small flashing red light. Maybe that's why. Because if the lights were on, because he sees this red light and he goes, what's this? And it's a weird little device. And he does a weird as hell move that makes me wonder if he's qualified to be the head of the NTSB. Because he takes out a razor blade and starts poking at this metal.
Yeah. He gets jolted.
Amazing, 80s style optical effects where they're drawn on the frame and he's like, oh!
Uh-huh. He's tased, basically.
Yes. And he goes down.
Intergalactically tased.
This big orb opens up and out come 3 space-age ladies. And who's in the lead? I mean, we recognize her, but her hair's way different.
She's got a mohawk, a futuristic mohawk. But it's Louise.
Yeah, it's friggin' Louise. But she's got this wild super do. And they're wearing crazy space stuff, too, right? Like, the costume department went all out. I thought it was looking okay. What do you think?
It's a little cheap. It's a little Party City.
The other ladies' wigs were Party City a big time, I feel.
But I feel like those were intentional because they wanted us to know that they were wigs.
That's a good argument. That could be it. Okay, so they show up and they're like, crap, he saw the thing. We got to get it back. And they go over to him and Louise starts talking to him. This is weird too, first watch. She's acting like she doesn't know who this guy is. Mm-hmm. She's clocking that he recognizes her.
Uh-huh.
Looks like the pictures I saw.
And this is one of many mistakes for what it is her ultimate goal in this movie is. She keeps talking to this guy and being like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. I mean, this is just, she just kept walking.
Keep walking. You don't have to talk to him.
Yeah. So they all hop back in the orb. And now we get to see 1,000 years in the future. We're at their rustic space station. I think beautiful matte painting background action going on. Let's give it up for a 1980s wide shot in a B movie. There's some matte paintings going.
Sure.
And we're at this new space stuff and it's like this headquarters. We're going to find out it's 1,000 years in the future. Millennium.
Yeah.
And now's when we meet Sherman, her personal robot. Kate, what'd you think of Sherman? Did he bring the lulz for you? Was he hilarious?
He was neither.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out who he reminded me of or what he reminded me of. And I feel like there was a guy on SNL a couple years ago who had a weird robot impression. And I think it was reminding me of him. He was mostly just in silver paint.
This is Tinder. Get out my way, get out my way, get out my way, get out my way. Hello, baby!
Let's face it, this was a one-to-one ripoff of C-3PO in character and design because is he not sassy as can be?
Speed kills, my dear.
This isn't just them ripping off C-3PO, but I feel like this influenced movies forever was the sidekick or the personal assistant that tells it like it is and stuff.
That isn't very reassuring.
They have this fun back and forth where she's like, your mother was a cash register. And Sherman goes,
and she turned a tidy profit too.
You like that, huh?
What do you think? You weren't feeling it though, huh?
No.
The design on Sherman was weird as hell.
It was.
But not as weird as Coventry the boss. Let's meet friggin' Louise Baltimore's boss. He's also a space robot, but he doesn't have a helmet on. He looks like he's gotten electrocuted. He's got super pale paint on.
Oh, sure.
Right?
That guy.
He was weird as hell, and he was sickly. His role was weird too, because he's her boss. He's like the chief of police in a buddy cop movie or something. He's the one that's like, come on, you're not doing it right. Do your job. You're costing us a lot of money, Baltimore.
And there's the mess you left behind you. It's a goddamn paradox, Louise.
It's a potential paradox.
But then there's the council, who is his bosses.
Wait, sorry, I forgot. Scott Thompson has one line in this movie. You
He
know
does.
who he is from Kids in the Hall?
I do, yes.
Did you recognize him?
I did.
Sir, I have a timequake approaching.
Okay, hilarious. On the wiki, it was like Scott Thompson mentioned this in one of his Buddy Cole sketches that he would do on Kids in the Hall. You know, like his gay actor guy character.
Americans know as much about Canada as straight people do about gays.
And I found it, and it's funny as hell, and he talks about it directly.
I'm in this new American picture, Millennium. It's a big budget science fiction thriller starring Cheryl Ladd.
And it's because it's all about how he's Canadian. And he's like, Americans love to go to Canada and shoot bad movies. It'll be terrible. It's going to bomb.
You see, one day, some American thought, hey, I want to make a terrible movie in Canada. Everybody else has.
And he talks about being a time gate operator. I mean, I'm going to play the clip. It's hilarious, Kate. He straight up is talking about it.
Love that.
I play the best friend of the time gate operator. He has one line.
Okay, so the council are these weird people with like skin stretched over their face, but with hair. I mean, it's cool design. It's weird as hell, though.
It's weird, and they're in these tubes, so they're not breathing the air.
No, and most of them are people with like cool skin stretchy face, like some cool practical effects. There's the guy in the middle that's just brains and eyeballs. Now, you might not have seen it, Kate, because they didn't give him a close-up, and I think I know why. Is a little laughable.
That's a brain with googly eyes.
Yeah, I guarantee they shot a close-up, and in the edit bay, they were like, nope, nobody could see this. This looks ridiculous.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. So now is a big old exposition dump where we learn they live 1,000 years in the future. And what they do is on planes that are about to crash, they go back to them and they take the real people off the plane, replace them with fake bodies that fool the current world. And this is so that they can populate a new world because shit's so bad in the future, you can't have kids and stuff. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Now, but it does, boy, does it kick off a lot more questions. What?
Like, why planes?
Yeah, why planes? And also, when they take these real people off the planes, they bring them back to their space age place with the weird sassy robots and the weird sickly boss. And they freeze them in time a little bit, but I'm surprised at how chill people are because there's a lot of lines they have to wait in.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think anybody would be that chill about it.
They're kind of very out of it seems.
Yeah.
They're confused, rightfully so. But yeah, they're barking orders at them like single file, hurry up now. Everybody keep moving.
Yeah.
And no one is being like, hey, where are we? What is this? Don't push me.
Yeah, don't touch me, weird robot guy. Yeah, none of that. Everybody's super cool. This premise of like taking people before they die, because their whole thing is, and oh boy, do we get into it. If they go back in the past and change something, it's a paradox.
There's going to be a paradox if you don't.
A paradox, Louise. You've changed the past. Killing him would create the worst paradox imaginable.
It's a timequake and a paradox, and that's bad news. That means their world will explode, so they cannot have that. That's why they replaced them with dead body dummies. This premise I've seen in other movies, like Freejack with Mick Jagger and Emilio Estevez, where right before he gets in a wreck, they freeze him so he could take him to the future and be like a slave and stuff.
Alex Furlong is about to die.
What do you think?
Well, that was my next question. All these people that they're bringing to the future, they're going to make them just slaves, right? Because
sex bots or something, yeah.
Just because the whole thing about we can't conceive children anymore, the future's so terrible. Well, these people aren't going to be able to do that either. So they're just bringing in labor.
Well, I guess if they get to them quick, they'll be able to have kids because they have current day whatever, like because they're not living in the new world for long. Maybe. But you're right. I mean, they're bringing them to this bad environment too. So why do you think they're going to be able to have kids?
Yeah.
It's a good cue. Also, we see, when she jumps out of there and she's back at base, smoking cigs, when she's done with a cigarette, she just tosses it and a little red laser shoots it out of the sky. That was funny. Did you see that? This happens a few times.
It was a little extra.
Now, the reason why, and they're like, Louise, you didn't smoke enough while you were there. And this is the whole point why she smoked so much, is to mimic the level of air quality in the future is she smokes so that her air quality is not better. Like, I think this is supposed to be just like LOL, like, because they're all smoking joints or cigarettes all the time and they're all getting zapped in midair.
It was confusing. You would think that she'd want to breathe in that good 1989 air.
Yeah, and plus when she's back in the future, they're still smoking. So I'm like, I thought this was the bad air. I think they just really thought it was hysterical.
They thought a lot of this was hysterical. They thought a lot of this was also very cool and serious.
Yeah, and a love story, as you'll see. This was kind of a rom-com.
Sure.
To the makers, Kate. Not to Kateline of 2025. Okay, but Coventry, the weird boss, is like, no, you caused a timequake, blah, 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 we'll get 1,000 years of bad luck.
His life affects thousands of other lives in an endless chain. And if you break it,
You get 1,000 years of bad luck.
Which is, I think it's just their world gets destroyed. I didn't know it was like a breaking a mirror thing, right? This was confusing.
Yeah, I thought that the consequences were a lot more serious than bad luck.
Yeah, especially at the end. But now is when I want to unleash on you my 2 alternate titles, okay? Instead of Millennium, call this Timequakes.
Oh, not bad.
Not just Timequake, Timequakes. Because you're like, wait, I know what earthquakes are. And a timequake I could put together, but multiple? Now you're thinking this could be a trashy movie I'll enjoy. That's number 1. Okay. Timequakes. Number 2, Paradox Shockers.
Oh.
I'm just trying to think.
Band?
I'm just trying to... Maybe. You don't know what Sherman gets up to while Louise is off gallivanting around in the past. But don't you... like, those are titles that are more memorable and would be more than likely want to be sought out than Millennium, I feel.
Well, this was based on a book, so what was the book called?
Okay, the book was called Millennium, but the book was based on a short story called Air Raid.
Not good either.
No good, no. To present day. That's why Timequakes, Paradox Shockers is like, we're doing something in the future and it's dangerous. I almost sought out that short story and then I said, no.
Life's too short.
Yeah, life's too short. So Sherman, the sassy bot, is like, you were different with this Bill Smith guy. Like, you're usually nice to people, but there's something different here. Planting the seed of like, uh-oh, is Louise in love?
So we get the idea that he can watch everything she's doing.
Well,
when people go through that portal, they're watching it like it's a TV show.
Yeah, and we see that happen, and you're 100% right, Kate. I mean, they do straight up watch, because they're watching Bill Smith be bad at his job now, and now they're like, no!
They're watching Bill Smith have sex with Louise.
Yeah, and the way that Louise is like, I haven't felt this in 1,000 years or whatever, nobody's having sex up there, because it's only to procreate, because you can't have kids, nobody's having sex. Is that it?
No one's having sex for fun?
Yeah.
Is it because
I don't understand.
Everyone's ugly? And also, is she over 1,000 years old?
Yeah, another good cue that will not be answered. So add that to the mystery pile. Okay, so she's got to go on another time jump for some reason. She's got to go back to a flight from 1963.
This is
like why
so weird.
Yeah, like don't ask too many questions about this, but she's got it. She's like, she gets out of the shower and she puts on a wig, a Party City wig. So again, that could be like, this is how they're telling us. But she's in like a 1960s flight attendant gear and she has a pet bird that's named Orville. Now, this was another big laugh that the makers of this movie are going, I hope Kateline heard this. She'll be cracking up. She goes,
Probably want a chemical-free sterilized cracker?
No.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
Y'all missed again. Sorry. Kate Stoneface. She does not think that's funny.
No.
So she's got a bone up in her history. They plug her into a TV and she's watching like old black and white footage.
She's got to get in the zone of what it was like in the 60s.
Yeah. And then they zap onto a plane in the 60s and proceed to individually like neck poke everyone, not just the flight attendants they're replacing, but the passengers.
Every single person.
How do they pull this off? Like, how do they get to the 200th passenger who just watched 199 people get neck stabbed?
It makes no sense. There has to be a better way to go about doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're in the middle of this, literally stabbing everyone in the neck, and they're like, there's this weird guy back there. There's something funny about him. Turns out he's a hijacker. He pulls a gun out, and one of the time-jumping ladies steps in front of the bullet to take the bullet. So I'm going, surely this is going to cause one of your classic timequakes. Like, was this in the timeline? Right? Like, what do you think?
Well, with time travel, you never know if the thing that you're avoiding is the thing that starts it. So them being there, they were always there. So her taking the bullet, she always took the bullet.
Okay, well, that makes sense to me. Later, Coventry guy in the wheelchair is going to say, okay, so the plane went down because of a hostage. He must have fired it in the cockpit. Totally negating what you're saying, which is like time travel rules in literature, I feel. Like, do you think this movie's...
It's a bad movie,
playing
Kurt.
It's playing fast and loose. It's playing fast and loose. But we also see this young kid, this 1963. I knew 100% this was Bill Smith when he was a kid, right? They gave him like a real spiffy suit and slicked back hair. And he was like this very sweet little kid. I was like, this is Bill Smith. Like, this is going to be friggin' Bill Smith.
This is our protagonist.
Yeah. And he sees all this go down and he sees one of the little zappers underneath the chair. And so they straight up Men in Black his ass, don't they? They say like, no kid, zap, you're not going to remember this. Or will you? We'll see in the third act.
When she fell.
I want you to sleep now.
So they come back, and the one lady dies. She straight up dies, one of the space ladies. And she's like, I did my job, I did it. Oh, wait, I left a zapper behind. Now you fucked us, lady. Now like all of this was for naught.
Stun. Stunner. I lost the stunner.
So Louise has to go back on that plane looking for it, right?
Yes. Now, why couldn't they have jumped again?
Like, just try it again?
Yeah.
I would present that to Coventry. If I were in the headquarters there on base, I'd go, dude, why don't we just go back again? Like, we can go wherever we want.
Yeah.
Let's just try it again.
Let's do it again.
I mean, this is kind of why time travel stuff I love, but it also, at a point, my brain gets in knots. And I'm like, whatever. I feel like it's a slippery slope.
Well, when it's done poorly, yeah. But when you're watching something that is airtight and you're just in it, you feel like you understand every little nuance. It makes me feel like I'm a scientist. If I'm watching something that nails it,
yeah,
it's great.
You're in.
And there are some examples of that.
Can you think of one of them?
I got two of them.
I got one too. You first.
12 Monkeys, the TV series.
Which you've recommended to me in the past. Okay.
It was on Sci-Fi. I've watched it 3 times.
Okay.
It is airtight.
Sweet. All right.
And the other example is Dark on Netflix.
My choice is Edge of Tomorrow, a.k.a. Live, Die, Repeat.
Which one is it?
Kill, Die, Well, they changed it. The graphic novel it's based on is called, I think, Live, Die, Repeat. For the movie, because in their infinite wisdom, studio heads said Edge of Tomorrow is better. We don't want to say Live, Die, Repeat. It doesn't make sense. So then the movie kind of bombed, even though it ruled front to back.
Did it bomb?
And then, oh yeah. I mean, it did okay, but it was not a huge hit. And so when it came to video, it's now called Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat. Like they like added it.
Well, it's fantastic.
Yeah, that movie really fucking rules. And that's the kind of repeating time stuff. That might be my favorite example of it.
I think
like Source Code does it.
When it comes to movies, it's the best, probably the best example of it. Of repeating scenes where we don't get tired of watching the repeats.
Yeah, and now sometimes in movies you'll watch, they do repeated scenes, and you're like, oh my God, don't tell me we're in the hotel again. And that's right, I'm talking Millennium, because it has here, doesn't it?
I thought you were talking about Groundhog Day.
No, that's a great example. But
it is.
Millennium pulls this, essentially. We're going to see some scenes that we've seen before, and I'm going, no.
Yep.
Keep moving the ball forward, please.
No, we got to go back. We got to go back and spend more time on these boring-ass scenes that we hated the first time.
Yeah, except for we see some in-betweens, and they're just as awkward. And again, we're supposed to think it's cute as hell. So they convince Louise she's got to go back a day before he finds that thing and get zapped in the hangar. And she's got to convince him to miss work the next day. So now it's coming together. Okay, that's why she wanted him to not go to work, right? But she doesn't know this because of time travel rules. But they tell her, you've got to go back to the day before. Make sure Bill Smith does not go to work.
Right.
He must be kept out of that hangar.
But why couldn't she have stopped him before he went into the warehouse that night? There's a whole day there where he goes off to work and he's not in that warehouse until many hours later.
It's a great cue. And like, as we're going to see, her answer to this is to seduce him. And now we didn't know this, but the movie makes a point to tell us that she's a real like tough around the edges gal, isn't it? She's not at home in high heels or anything. Like they have real fun with this when they're like, sorry about the high heels, Lois. Here's an outfit. And she's like, what do I do? How do I seduce him? And friggin' Sherman's there. And Sherman's like, wiggle your butt. Drop a hanky. These are Sherman's calls. All right.
Drop your hanky. Wiggle your behind. You're the woman, Louise. You figure it out.
Now we go back, we see the elevator thing. Why the elevator stop? Oh, because Louise has a magical plot device button in her purse that just does whatever she wants, right? She pushes it, the elevator stops.
It kind of feels like that device could have been used in a lot of other scenarios to maybe prevent all of this.
Excellent call. Yeah, I mean, she could have pressed a button to get rid of the stunner that was left behind that he finds in the hangar. So now her plan is to seduce him, and luckily Bill Smith is a complete dope that hasn't had any action in a long time. She's talking to him, and she's like, let's go get a drink, let's get drunk and fucking stuff. And they go out to her car. Real gag here. It's not this VW bug. It's a sports car! And she's going to drive.
Was it, though?
What? A gag?
Car Kate wasn't picking up on what kind of car that was.
Oh, good call.
It wasn't a sports car. It was just a red car.
Well, I mean, she drives it like she thinks it's a sports car. I mean, those are the jokes that are about to happen.
She drives it crazy because she doesn't know how to drive. She's never driven before.
Right, and this is more lulls because Bill Smith said stuff like, "Are you sure you were clear for takeoff with the tower?"
Oh, boy.
Kurt's laughing.
You weren't.
Kurt's laughing. Yes, I was.
Laughing at it.
I was laughing. Was it at it? Perhaps.
Tower clear you for that takeoff?
So they go to the restaurant. She's a big drinker. She loves the booze. He's into that. And then, I mean, I guess she asked this because, again, she's playing along, Kate. So she says, "You order for me." And it gets her a salad and stuff. Now, Kate, what would you do if you went out on a date with somebody and the guy tried to order a meal for you? How fast would you be out the door? What do you think?
He wouldn't even be able to finish the order. I'd be gone.
Yeah, you'd be gone.
Especially if it was a salad.
Yeah.
Bitch, get me the steak.
Yeah.
Get me the lobster.
I didn't care for this. I didn't care for this at all. And so she's eating her salad, smoking his cig, and he's like, "Boy, you really love those cigarettes." And she says, "Oh, here, I'll get rid of it." She flicks it over the balcony because she expects a laser to come out and go zing.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Louise, that tobacco's rotting your brain." Boy, does this draw them close. They have a real laugh, don't they? They have a real freaking laugh.
Louise, you gotta quit. The tobacco's ruining your brain.
He's falling in love with someone who's kind of like a child, or like the things that he's intrigued by are things that are like, I don't know how to eat an apple.
Immature.
Yeah. I'm kind of like Bill Smith.
Either like a child or like she has brain damage.
Yes. Yes. Because they go back to the hotel room and he, for some reason, offers her an apple, which she says, "I would like an apple, actually." And how's she eat that apple, Kate? Is it weird? Is it kooky?
It's hella weird.
She bites the bottom, like where the bottom of the apple.
It's the butt, the part you're not supposed to eat.
Yeah. And she does it. And he's like, "God, you are weird. I don't know what to make you." And then they kiss and it's awful. Her eyes are open and she does not know what to do because, again, we don't know if she's ever kissed before.
I don't like the future.
No, it forever sucks.
No sex, no kissing, dirty air.
Hey, you know what though? No kids. We'd be on board with that. That's the one plus side.
I don't like kids, but I like trying to make them.
Fair. You're right there. But she's like, "Let me try this again. I really want this to work." And then they have sex, and Bill is like, "God, I was good, wasn't I? I was really good at that."
What a clown.
Stunned.
Why?
It's been so long since I've enjoyed myself.
He's falling for this hardcore. And again, she's trying to get him to stay.
Are you listening to me?
He leaves, and we see her when he leaves. This is now from her perspective. So we see the gate appear and her hop in, and they do some fun, like stop motion photography where they
of the blanket on the bed go
making
itself.
Yep. Loved it. I loved that. So that was pretty cool. So Bill Smith goes to work, but he's sucking at his job because he's like, "I'll prove the overtime. We got to rebuild this plane from the bottom up. I'm going to find this thing. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find it." And he goes to a board of directors headed by Lloyd Bachner, an actor who's in a lot of stuff I've seen, including the Babs Stanley classic, The Night Walker. But his son is Hart Bachner. Does that ring a bell for you?
Hart Bachner.
He is a cokehead and an action classic that came out a year prior to Millennium.
I don't know.
Die Hard.
Oh.
He's the beard guy in Die Hard that's like, "Come on, party." He's like, "I'll handle this." Remember that?
Hans, Bobby, I'm your white knight.
Anyway, his dad's in this and he's pissed. And he says, "Dude, you suck. Was it computers? Why did we crash?" And Bill is being real dumb. He's like, "I don't know, but we found 3 watches that go backwards. That's something that we should think about." So
now they're watching me.
Bill's screwing things up, and still in the future, Louise is like, "I got to go back again. This is not good." So she's going to go back, and Bill Smith goes over to Doc Mayer's house, the guy who was looking for heels, and is like, "Are you sure time travel's not involved, Mr. Smith? Do you remember me? I met you 10 minutes ago. Thank you."
I remember you. Thank you.
He's actually on board. He explains the whole thing. And it was funny to hear Bill Smith describe the night and how wonderful it was. It was like he was telling him about this great date that he had.
So sad.
Yeah.
I told you, we spent the night together. It was unforgettable.
You're missing the point.
Dr. Mayer's putting this together, and she's like, "Oh, well, she's a time traveler, clearly. We're going to see her again for sure. Check out this device I have." And he pulls out this little stunner thing, and he's like, "I found this in the wreckage of a plane in '63. And what does Bill Smith say?
Bill Smith says, "That was mine."
"Yeah, I was on that plane." And he goes, "But you weren't on the flight list. You were Bill Compton or something." He's like, "I took my mom's dad's new name or something," is what we're told.
I wanted it to be even more boring.
Yeah.
I was on that plane.
So now it's like, oh, so you were that kid on the plane. Oh my God, it's coming together.
And that guy's like, she's going to be coming back here for this any minute.
And not even a minute.
Not even a minute. There's the portal.
Portal opens and she goes, I don't have a lot of time, but I'll answer as many questions as I can. It's like, I know that this isn't making sense for a lot of us, but go ahead. What do you want to know? I guess she tries to again explain paradoxes and timequakes. She's like, I have to go back. Dr. Mayer, you must give me that little device or the world will explode. But first we got to get a good smooch in. We see another excellent smooch between Bill Smith and Louise Baltimore. While
they're smooching,
Dr. Mayer is in the background with both things. And he goes, I knew I was right. I knew I was right.
He creates a paradox.
He puts them together.
And he explodes.
Yeah, he gets zapped like Bill Smith did, but even harder because he straight up dies.
I knew I was right.
No! And actually, Kate, this is what allows this just to eke by in the premise for this show. This is the only dead body in the movie. Am I right? Because all those people in the flight survived.
Well, what about the flight attendant, the one future girl who went back and took the bullet for young Bill Smith?
Did she die when she was back in space headquarters? They were still kind of talking to her, but you're right. You're right there. I guess I was watching this movie going, I was trying to think like, oh my God, I don't think we have a dead body yet. And then this happened and I was like, whew.
Yeah. He was an idiot.
He's dead. And now Bill Smith wants to...
He knows all about time travel.
Yeah.
And yet he's going to put the two things together to create the paradox. He would know that you can't do that.
Yeah.
I know you can't do that. And I don't study it.
Yeah, I think it just got the best of him. I think it's like when you have the ring or whatever, like... This is why his attitude the whole movie was kind of weird. And he's like, like, oh, yeah. I think they were planting the seeds that he's going to fuck up. Because his life's work is now here, and he does it. Timequake happens.
The paradox has happened.
Bill's like, I'm going with you, Louise Baltimore. I'm coming back.
I'm coming to the future. And she's like, no, it's bad there. It's hella bad.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't care. I'll start smoking again. I don't care. So he hops in there, falls in, and she's like, that first step's a doozy or something. He looks up and so here's Sherman. Here's the personal robot. Shit is collapsing at this point, right? I mean, it's not going well.
Yeah.
And Coventry, the weirdo boss, is like, you've done it. It's now. We're all going to die. We're all going to die. Everybody, get to the portal of the gate so you can go to a future that hopefully you'll survive in. But Coventry, wheelchair guy, he's got to stay behind to like flick the switch. And now this was funny. Louise Baltimore's like, go on, Bill. I can't go with you. And I'm going, why the hell did he come back with you then? If you thought he just wanted to go to some horror future world? Like, he's here to keep boning.
He's here to be with you. So if you're not going, then he's going to stay. And if you want him to go, then you got to go with him.
Yeah. So finally, I mean, this is all nonsense. It's like, we know they're both going in that friggin' portal.
Yeah.
And we know that Sherman's going to be like, I can't go with you. They hate robots in the future.
There is no place for me where you are going.
I'm going to stay here, go see what Coventry's up to. See if he survived.
No.
Oh, everybody in the tubes dies too. They all explode. So eyeball, googly eyes, dead. Stretchy face lady, dead.
Now, why wouldn't they all go into the past?
Well, they can't mess with it, right? They can only go to the future.
Okay, but they have messed with it already. So the damage is already done. So they can.
I see what you mean. It's like, what, are you going to have another timequake? We already did it once.
It's already erasing the fabric of time. So just go back and live in the healthy times.
You just saw, that's absolutely what they should have done. Louise should have been like, hang on, I'm going to go get my boys and we're going to come back here. Surprise, everybody on the plane's still alive. That's a great call. Like, fuck this future world.
Yeah, who cares?
All right, well, they don't do that. They say, let's walk into the orb together, damn it. I also love, Bill Smith is in the future, right? And there's chaos. And even here, he loves to be in charge because he watches Louise barking orders. And all of a sudden, he's like, single lines, please. Just follow the lines. Just follow the lines. He's like a boss at heart.
You'll be all right. Keep moving. Single file. Walk into the light.
So they hop in there. We see a white explosion because it's nuclear time, and then like this sun setting, and Sherman does this VO that I looked up later was a quote from Churchill. Did you recognize this quote?
No.
I didn't either, because it sounds like nonsense.
This is not the beginning of the end. It is the end of the beginning.
End of movie. Huh?
When did Churchill say that? During the war?
I don't know. I think he was in this future world. I think he was off smoking cigs and stuff.
Okay, sure.
It's Sherman's buddies with him. But it ends on this insane quote and then a shot of a sunrise and then credits.
That's it. We don't get any of our questions answered.
No. And, okay, so I have the blue, right? And there was an alternate ending. And I was like, oh, now I'm going to get some answers. And the only thing that's different is we get a shot of them naked, hugging and kissing over that sunset with that same VO. That's it. That's the alternate ending, is them embracing.
And why?
Well, it says this is the end of the beginning.
And why did they choose not to include that in the theatrical release?
Great cue, because that would have told us that it, like, whatever their plan was, it worked.
Right, they can be together.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that's the end of this friggin' movie. A friggin' classic if I've ever seen one.
A classic, sure.
Millennium, a.k.a. Timequakes, a.k.a. Paradox Shockers. Overall, Kate, what you think? I mean, now that we talked about it, do you like it more? You like it less?
I'm going to give it 2 big thumbs down.
2 thumbs down from Kateline.
What a stinker.
Well, I think it's time for those lists. What do you got?
Kate's unnamed list. I don't know. Did they say puzzle piece when they're trying to put that plane back together?
No, but they did say puzzle piece at the end in Dr. Mayer's office. I didn't think you were going to catch it. Did you actually catch it, or are you just looking at my face going, I bet there was a puzzle?
I'm just guessing. I didn't catch it. But it feels like the kind of movie where there would be.
Dr. Mayer says,
I've been working on a puzzle for 25 years. You may be the missing piece.
Okay.
Kate's unnamed list.
That's it.
On to Kurt's Kick-Ass List.
Kick-Ass List.
Nothing. Boy, now my voice is feeling scratchy. Maybe because it's 40 degrees in here right now. But
hold heads.
Let's see.
Kurt Money does not have heat.
I do, but I got to turn it off to record is the problem.
But
yeah.
But how warm is it when it's on?
54, 55. That's good enough. That's good enough for K-Mon. All right, so that's going to do it for Murder Mystery Recaps. Next up, we're going to do, I believe, if I can find my friggin' Rockford File Blu-rays, which are still on the lam somewhere in the Kurt Cave, we'll be doing the pilot for Timmers. So on that note, I'm Kurt Money.
I'm Kateline.
Thank you.